You could feel the panic in the way the headline was written, not even like a news update, more like an alarm bell. Bradley Walsh is critically ill. Doctors are monitoring, surprised by the disease. It's the sort of wording that makes your heart drop before you've even had time to ask the most important question. Where is this actually coming from? And here's the problem straight away. Claims like critically ill are incredibly serious, and right now, the most visible versions of this story online look like recycled, secondhand posts designed to travel fast, not carefully sourced updates from Bradley Walsh, his representatives, or a credible broadcaster. So while people are understandably worried, it's hard to say for certain what's true when a headline is doing more emotional work than the facts underneath it. What makes this particularly uncomfortable is how familiar the pattern is. A beloved TV face trends. A vague health scare post appears. The language escalates instantly to critical and shocking. And suddenly thousands of people are reacting to a story that may not even exist in the way it's being described. Bradley Walsh, especially, is the perfect target for this kind of viral panic. He's not just a celebrity. He's comfort TV. He's the voice in the living room that makes families laugh on a weekday. He's the presenter people associate with warmth, harmless chaos, and that unmistakably British ability to take the tension out of a room. So when you attach the words, critically ill, to him, it doesn't feel like gossip, it feels personal. Viewers don't read it as content, they read it as a threat to something familiar. And what's striking is the strange detail in the headline: doctors are monitoring her. That mismatch, the wrong pronoun, the oddly generic phrasing, is often a red flag that a story has been mass-produced, translated, or stitched together from templates. Many viewers notice these posts tend to sound the same across different celebrities. Doctors stunned, surprised by the disease, rushed to hospital, family breaks silence. It's dramatic, but it's also vague on purpose, because vagueness can't be easily disproved. That vagueness is what feeds the comment sections. People start filling in blanks with their own fears. Is it a stroke? Is it cancer? Is it pneumonia? And you can almost watch the rumor mutate in real time. One person suggests something, another repeats it more confidently, and before you know it, speculation is being passed around like confirmation. Now, to be clear, Bradley Walsh has spoken publicly in the past about health and lifestyle warnings, the kind of frank, relatable admissions many people have made as they've gotten older, like being told to take fitness and cholesterol seriously. That's not the same thing as being critically ill. But on social media, nuance doesn't trend. Extremes do. A sensible health conversation becomes a crisis headline because crisis gets clicks, and when people say, doctors are surprised, that's another emotional hook. It makes it sound rare, mysterious, cinematic, like something you'd hear in a soap storyline rather than real life. In real medical updates, credible reporting tends to be careful, specific, and restrained. This sort of phrasing is the opposite: broad, sensational, and engineered to trigger a reaction that is, oh, if you're watching this unfold as a viewer, the most human response is also the most dangerous one: worry. Because worry makes you share. Worry makes you comment. Worry makes you click the next video that promises the truth, even if it's just another voice reading the same rumor over a moody background track. And this is where it becomes bigger than Bradley Walsh. It becomes a conversation about what we're doing to public figures, and what we're doing to ourselves as audiences. We've built a media ecosystem where health is treated like a genre, where someone's well-being becomes a storyline to binge, where the absence of information is treated like proof that something is being hidden. But it's also worth remembering a gentler truth. Sometimes the reason there isn't a statement is because there isn't a crisis, or because the person involved is entitled to privacy. The public doesn't automatically get a front-row seat to someone's medical life just because they've hosted a quiz show we love. What I find most unsettling is how quickly empathy can be exploited. People genuinely care about Bradley Walsh. You see it in the comments, in the "please be okay," in the way fans talk about him like a mate. That tenderness is real. But the posts feeding off it? They're not always real in the same way. They're often designed to siphon that tenderness into engagement. So here's the emotional balancing act for anyone covering this as a Good Morning Britain-style commentary. You can acknowledge that viewers are frightened, and you can talk about why Bradley Walsh inspires that kind of protective affection without declaring he's critically ill as fact. Because once you state it as fact, you're not reporting anymore. You're amplifying a potentially false medical claim, and that can hurt real people. Maybe what's really horrifying isn't a disease nobody can name. Maybe it's how easily the internet can manufacture a health emergency around someone simply because the algorithm is hungry. And maybe what stays with viewers isn't only the headline, but the feeling it created in their chest before they even knew whether it was true. So I want to hear from you. When you saw that claim, did it feel credible, or did it feel like one of those recycled viral templates? And more importantly, do you think we, as viewers, should be slowing down before we turn someone's health into a story we pass along?